intresse det började redan
My interest in music started already when I was 4 years old. There was a church close where we lived, and they had a children's choir, and I started to sing there. But what the most crucial was actually when I started 2nd grade and we got a new teacher in school. She had a piano in her classroom. Her name was Birgitta. And whenever we were tired and couldn't do more work, and she noticed that we were unfocused, whether we had mathematics, Swedish, or any other subject, she would always say, "Put down whatever you're doing and gather around me by the piano." Then she would sit down by the piano and sing so divine and play beautifully.
Välkomna! Välkommen! Ja.
Welcome! We have missed you. Oh, you have? Me too.
Och jag kommer ihåg det än idag, den stunden när vi stod. Det var liksom.
And I can still remember today that moment when we were standing there. It was the best moment of the day when we would sing with Birgitta. And there at that moment I remember thinking that this is the kind of teacher that I want to become. I want to experience having people around me singing. So that's kind of my dream that became a reality, and that has been my motivation ever since. So I've been pulled towards these kinds of music arrangements. I have never quit.
Då tar vi fram ena armen och så daskar vi igång oss uppifrån och ner. Och så vänder vi, så tar vi undersidan upp. Ja, vi tar ett varv till, va? Ja. Och undersidan upp. Jag sjunger med Seniorkör I Kristianstad.
When I sing with the senior choir in Kristianstad a few times a semester, some of them arrive in a wheelchair or a walker, and to be able to see them, they're sitting there and singing. Some of them can't even stand when we are doing different movements, but they are there. It gives me such a rush to see what music can do with a person. That's what life is about to me. As long as you sing, I'm happy.
Framåt, 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 framåt.
The secret behind the fact that I'm always exuberant and happy is that I'm not, of course.
Tillbaka. En gång till. Framåt, 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 framåt. Men när jag jobbar
But when I work with music, I am. The only way to explain it is that something happens within me when I have a group of children with their parents, when I'm teaching Babyrytmiks, when I have a group of school children in front of me, when I have a lunch choir in front of me, when I have a seniors choir in front of me. All of these different musical contexts that I'm a part of, they make something happen inside of me. It is as something happens within me when I have a group in front of me that I get to do music with. That's what drives me.
Det är en drivkraft jag har. Framåt, framåt, framåt. Tillbaka. Bravo. Varsågod och sitt ner igen.
Ska du bara kolla ur headsetet bara?
Det ska gå att tända sen också bara. Det måste vara inte gjort.
Jag kan gå ner och tända.
Jag vill du det? Ja.
Det kan jag göra sen.
Precis. Är den på eller?
Ja, det borde vara ljud. Om du satte du på mottag.
Den började egentligen med att jag...
It all really started with me leading a choir for people working at Malmö University. It was a year before I started working at Malmö Live, and I had 2 semesters there with them. And the people there thought that it was a great concept to be able to sing during the lunch break. So I had no idea the first time. We had 50 pamphlets with the songs, and 70 or 80 people came, so we ran out and had to share the pamphlets. And we sang for 30 minutes.
Och så sjunger vi 30 minuter.
Och här kommer jag dela en, så ni som gillar att sjunga lite ljusare, ta melodin, vi tar den själva en gång, så ska ni få en understämma av mig strax. Alltså från Let It Be, och då kniper ni med rumporna. Let it be.
Then we've kept growing. Now we are usually around 150 to 160 people, standing in the lobby on the 2nd floor. I pull up my electric piano, the mood is relaxed, full of joy, and the people obviously like it. People are coming, people that are working in the neighborhood. I have senior citizens from Staffanstorp, Klögerup and Svedala coming to sing for half an hour. It's definitely a working concept.
Det är ett koncept som funkar i allra högsta grad.
Ja, ni kommer ihåg den. Vi tar hela.
Jag tror människor gillar det här sättet att sjunga.
I think people enjoy this way of singing where there is no demand that you have to show up every time. There are no demands of any prior knowledge. The whole concept is that everyone is allowed to be themselves and sing the way that they do.
Som man är och komma som man är och sjunga som man kan. Jag leder ju Babyrytmik också, och det gör jag i min tjänst på Malmö.
I also teach a class in Babyrytmik. It is part of my duties working at Malmö Live, and it is a class to get children and parents to interact with each other from a young age, something which I find very important.
Nu så! Det är spännande den.
I don't think you always have to have a reason to make music, but in this case, it's obvious. I always sang a lot with my children when they were younger.
Här. Får ni gärna tralla med i lilla sången. Ni kan den nu ju. Jag blåser små bubblor för dig. Och,
for example, they've always had a rich vocabulary, something you get from singing, in my opinion. My youngest girl, she was a bit of a late talker. She could say a few words, mom, dad, car, something like that. One day, a couple of years ago, she came home from preschool singing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, 8 words in a row. As soon as we sang, she could join in, but speaking was a bit... That's when you see the healing power in it. That's what I teach in the Babyrytmik class. To pass that on to the parents so that they will sing with their children. Their voices are the most beautiful to their children.
Jag blåser små bubblor, de kommer från mig. Aj. Jag blåser små bubblor för dig. Att det är sån rikedom.
It's a treasure to have the job that I have, where I get to meet people of all ages. I don't know if many people have a job like that in general. It enriches my life to work with people of all ages. It makes it obvious that age and sex don't matter when you come together around the music. It is so easy to make music by singing.
Ålder och kön och det spelar ingen roll när man förenar sig kring till exempel då körsången som det är så enkelt att musicera med hjälp av sången. Det kan ju vara rätt sårbart också.
It can be rather vulnerable to have your voice as your tool at work, which I do. That's why I started riding my bike to work a couple of years ago. I live around 20 kilometers from where I work in Malmö. It gives me a lot of fresh air and it keeps me much healthier than I used to be a couple of years ago. I had a lot of issues with my vocal cords, but thanks to riding my bike I stay much healthier.
För några år sedan. Men tack vare att jag cyklar då i långa perioder så håller jag mig mycket friskare. den här alltså energinivån som...
The level of energy I'm expected to deliver to people during my day work, from Babyrytmiks to field trips, school comments on field trip, lunch choir, afternoon choir in Kristianstad, and the night choir. Having to bike those 20 kilometers to work gives me a lot of energy. It's not much that will break you if you've done that. So that's why I think it's a great way to start and end the day, to clear your head and enjoy the beautiful nature in Skåne during that 1 hour bike ride home.
Toppen sätt att sluta dagen på också, att få rensa tankarna den här timmen ungefär som det tar att cykla hem då igen. I fantastisk natur som vi har här i Skåne.
I thought about this a lot when I was a kid. I always had music and felt that was my calling. And I remember thinking that what will happen if I don't? Working with music was my plan, but what if I can't, or what if I don't get into any schools or anything? I never had a plan B. I hadn't. And I still don't think I have any, I think.
En gång till. Och så kommer med refrängen här som går så här. Kom liljor och akrileja, rosor och salviveja. Ta den biten med igen. Kom liljor och akrileja,